Okay, so I'm about to read you the Ohio Valley and Great Lakes discussion for tomorrow's storm threat and kind of break it down. Um, so some remnant convection. So convection's the stuff that makes the clouds get big. Okay, that makes them rise. You see those nice puffy cumulus clouds and how they grow in height. That's caused by convection, and that's the maturing phase of a thunderstorm, and that's what you need convection for. You get the towering phase, and then you have the mature phase when you get a cumulonimbus cloud, which is a overgrown cumulus that hits what's called the tropopause, or the cap, and caps the convection, and so it kind of flattens out at the top and makes an anvil shape. And then it goes on to say is going to be ongoing ahead of a cold front in portions of the lower Ohio River Valley at 12 Zulu Thursday. So that's early, close to afternoon. That's about 10 a.m., I believe, Eastern time. So after this passes through, we'll probably have some cooler temps down into the 50s, where we've been seeing 70s and 80s past couple days. And then later in the day, we're going to see some breaks in the clouds. This is going to allow for some cooler air to move in a loft above surface temp, which is what causes instability. And so that's going to allow for destabilization, which is what not only helps create thunderstorms, but also helps them mature. Like I was saying, that helps the convectivity, helps that maturing phase so that it gets to that mature phase and becomes a stronger thunderstorm. And this cold air aloft is also going to create an uncapped atmosphere, which I said earlier has to do with that tropopause and how high convectivity, how high the echotops or the tops can reach, that causes them to become stronger. And these earlier showers are going to come before the warmest parts of the day, so it's going to dry out a little bit, but not enough to really lower the dew points. And you want a dew point, I've said before, above 55 in the mist for a good severe / tornadic threat. So this is going to cause the dew points to get into the upper 50s and even into lower 60s, even in parts of Michigan, which is extremely rare to see this time of year. Last year in Ohio, we got a week in April where they got 11 tornadoes within that week. And this is to where we're not going to have a small gap. We're going to have a bigger gap in between the dew point and the actual ambient temperature, which is going to make for a better surface-based instability, or a heightened surface-based instability, which is what you want for tornadoes, because some projects have proven that some tornadoes actually form from the ground up rather than from the cloud down. So, and you got to have a surface-based instability anyways for it to meet with the ground. Remember, you can have a funnel, it's not a tornado until there's a debris ball on the ground. Then later it says, as the surface cyclone occludes. So like I said, it's going to be surface-based, which is perfect for an atmosphere conducive to tornadoes. And when it says cyclone, it's referring to an extratropical cyclone, which is similar to, in the winter, you get these nor'easters in the northeast part of the country, and they rotate. It's a very broad rotation, but there can be smaller parcels that rotate more rapidly within that larger system. So these smaller cells can really start some very rapid spin ups, and with a warmer temperature and dew, you can get the tornadoes that you wouldn't get with a nor'easter, obviously, because the dew points are the ambients are far too low, and of course the humidity also, because it's a lot of snow, which is of course precipitation, which is water. It's frozen, but it's still humidity that's still there. So that causes these dew points to be on top of each other, which is yet another reason why you don't get tornadoes in the winter very often. And then it's talking about a low-level jet later on in the discussion, with sufficient flow for an isolated damaging wind threat. A low-level jet is low-level winds. That's closer to us, obviously, when it comes to height above the surface. And so you got that. And then in addition, enough low-level speed shear, which is wind changing direction with height. This is going to be primarily in the lower levels of the atmosphere, closer to us, once again, is going to cause for a tornado to not be able to be ruled out. So there is a chance for a tornado tomorrow within that threat area in the Ohio Valley and the Great Lakes. So on April 8th, it didn't quite produce severe weather in southeast Michigan. However, it did produce this very photogenic shelf cloud that I'm about to show you in the next bit. Broskies, check out the striations in these clouds. That is sick. Wow. Just like that, looks like a normal storm. It just looks like a rainstorm now. I mean, there's a little bit of scud, but that's it. First chase of the season, guys. Got the anemometer up the roof, registers to 125, so that's pretty sick. And we're going to be starting off in the Brighton area. This is a severe warning system with a potential for producing some tornadoes, hopefully at least a photogenic storm. It could also produce small hail and 60-mile-per-hour gusts and some intense rainfall. Rainfall is cool. It's not exactly photogenic, but it's still, people get scared when I send them videos of it. They get scared for me, which I don't understand. That's like getting offended for me. I don't need you to do that. But whatever. So me and my dad are going to be chasing today. Was glad that we're going to be able to do it today. We've had 3 marginal risks in a row here in Michigan the past few days, so let's get it in. This ain't cool, but fucking windshield fogging up. Is that the defrost that just kicked on? Yeah. Okay.
Well, I dumped in a fucking shit ton of heat too, but it doesn't seem to be working. I wonder if I go cool. Oh, cooler seemed to work okay then. Fucking amazing. More shit in the road. Really, bitch? All this fucking driving and all the tires want to do that shit.
Some road flooding, minor. think my radar the app My Radar just told me that there's gonna be rain starting soon. Thanks for the heads up.